Hello everyone out there in the land of YouTube. Annette Dion here. I'm the host and founder of the Psychic News Network. Welcome to the pre-recorded show. I'll upload it right after I record it. This is the day after Veterans Day, and it's November 12th, 2020. I hope you caught Off the Ledge. And if not, it's not too late to go check it out after this. I know that we're going through a roller coaster of emotions. It's understandable. I just got a message from my guides, and the guides said this. What the evil does, what the demonic does, this is what it attempts to do. It attempts to get you to not believe in a higher power. So it will throw all kinds of stuff in your face, it'll throw all kinds of shit in your face. And I mean that literally, because Donald Trump made that AI video that we all know about. It's so abhorrent. So what the dark side will do is it will really just pound away and pound away and pound away and attempt to get you to not believe in a higher power. And it is the higher power that will save us. It is us united together, focused on the higher power, a power greater than our, whatever you want to call it. The source that created you. We have to rely on that. Because it's like when all else is not working, we just have to rely on that. And I think we're all being called. So I'm going to show you a hypocrisy for the ages. And I know it's nice that our representative was sworn in, Alahita Grijalda, and here is, it's so ironic.
As I would like to, I'll put it that way.
It's so hypocritical.
I just wanted to share this.
I'm referring to MAGA Mike.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that you will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that you will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that you take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that you will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office on which you are about to enter, so help you God?
I do.
Congratulations, you're now a member of the United States Congress. Maybe for me, I'll just put...
He sounded a little strained. I think I might write down the words to the oath of office that they all take, every single one of them. And they're all betraying their oath. Not Alahita. But you know who I'm talking about. Adelita Grijalva. You know that these MAGAs in our Congress are led by the Antichrist, right? We know that, right? You know that Peter Thiel calls himself the Antichrist and teaches classes about it? I heard that he does, so I'm just telling you what I heard. So I actually seen an article about that in some publications. So what I want to do is, first of all, I want to tell you that I hope you had a good day today. I am so mixed up on what day it is, and I'm not really sure why. I kept thinking it was Thursday, and then I was thinking it was Tuesday, and that's just the times that we're in. I'm going to pull a few cards about the MAGAs in Congress who are trying their damnedest to just rip this country to shreds. They don't want a constitution. That with MAGA Mike there, it was a little play acting, if you ask me. Put your money where your mouth is. Put your oath where it's supposed to be, with the people, with the Constitution. So the MAGAs in Congress, there's a representative from Oklahoma, and his last name is Cole. I think it's Tom Cole. and he was being questioned and spoken to by Nagus, Representative Nagus. What a cocky, you know what. Just, they've had 12 days of work since August 3rd. And, you know, they might as well just kick back in their chairs and kick their feet up and smoke a cigarette or a cigar and eat caviar and have a stripper with a pole in front. I mean, I'm just saying, they might as well just do that for how horrible they're behaving. They're trying to take $500 million apiece, all those that were investigated for January 6th. Oh, they think that they're owed money now. Guess whose money? Guess whose money? So upsetting. So where they're at, the MAGAs. I feel like there's a lot of tension in the MAGA party in Congress. Because I have the 8 of Swords. And I got this too, about the the $500,000 each. I think there were 5 of them who were investigated by the former DOJ for their possible involvement in January 6th. So they want to turn around and put it into the continuing resolution, plus to ban THC, plus to ban abortions. They're playing the same game. They're just continuing to play the same game. And what they're really doing is they're rubbing it in our faces. That's the name of their game right now, but it's because they're feeling hemmed in. It's because they're feeling like we gotta really show them, right? Which I hadn't really thought about this, but that's the feeling of this. We have to really show them because the pressure is on. They're like in a pressure cooker. And the 3 of Pentacles indicates that what these MAGAs are doing is they're building a case on people's emotions. I say it all the time. Do not let yourself get sucked in for too long of a period of time. It's kind of impossible to be keeping up with the news and to not be like, oh my gosh, like punch to the gut feeling. It's kind of impossible. But just know that the 3 of Pentacles and the Moon, this is what they have. What they have is to play on our emotions, and they're intending to do more of that. But putting the most ludicrous, unacceptable, immoral articles in this murder bill is a way to get us all bent out of shape. And when we get all bent out of shape, then they feel like they have a hold on us. Don't buy it. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. Drink a fake beer instead. It's better for you. It's refreshing. I had a day, I mentioned earlier, I hopped to it and I started to just clean stuff out and organize, and the job isn't done, and that's what I'm going to be doing tomorrow too, in between things. And it feels necessary and it feels good. We're coming up to a new moon in the sign of Sagittarius. That's my sign, so that might have something to do with it. That's on the 21st. The week after next. Oh, this card just fell out. 2 of Cups. We're still in a balancing act. We still are in a place where we have to hold the line. I was apoplectic earlier because I was so freaking angry at Donald Trump. And we're going to take a look at that. We're going to take a look at his energy. But not just his energy. It's going to be more specific than that. Specific and general. All lumped into one. I want to look at what the hell is going on with that we've had to withstand 10 years of this. He's never been out of our faces. And you can't avoid him because he's unavoidable. And he's gotten away with everything. But I have mentioned, and I did see a documentary about Mussolini, and it struck me that they said that the Italian people really kept thinking that about Mussolini, like he gets away with everything. I'll have to read up on that. He gets away with everything. So they thought he would get away with all of it until the very end. At the end of World War II. So that gives me a little bit of a sense of it's going to end. It's going to end. I actually, when I'm saying that, I feel like it is. Drop my phone. It's all in the Epstein email that came out today from Epstein's estate. There it was. There it was, the evidence. It's right there. It's not like we don't know what the crimes are. They're all over the place. They're not hiding them. I mean, they're hiding the Epstein files. But just by the fact that he's working so hard and always has to cover up his crimes, you know? If you didn't do the crime, you wouldn't be trying to cover up anything. You'd be like, here, see, I didn't do it. Oh, Lord, what are we supposed to be learning from this? Lordy, Lordy. That's so hard. Excuse me. I have a heater blowing hot air on me until I get my heat working. Hopefully tomorrow. Oh, and Dawn, one of the viewers left in the comment, do not plug a space heater into a power strip. Plug it into the wall. Thank you for that helpful hint. That's a safety tip. Thanks. That was important. Well, I'm reading on Dumpy, and I do see the Hermit. Isolated. The King of Swords. I always get the King of Swords. You could track it. Every single time I do a PNN, there's a preponderance of King of Swords showing up. King of Swords showing up. And that just tells me that there's a big mountain of dark energy that's related to money. And this feels like dominion over people's emotions, and even though it's swords, it's just that feeling of dominion. Even though he's the Hermit, the Queen of Pentacles is here, they're gonna give him, the women are gonna give him a run for their money, for his money. It's kind of literal, right? So speaking of that, the Supreme Court, I don't know if they took the case. There's not a lawsuit that Dumpy doesn't appeal. And some time ago, I heard the number of lawsuits that he's filed in his life, and it's an exorbitant number. So if it makes you feel any better, that's his life. That's what he's done with his life. What that soul has done with his life is everything possible to not make it to the pearly gates, put it that way. This debacle with the continuing resolution and all that is something that I do feel like they're trying to get at us emotionally. Let's read on this. Let's read on, maybe use a pendulum. Are those senators going to get their 500? Are those senators going to get? They have to vote on it. They're including these 3 things in the continuing resolution. They don't know if it's going to pass. Are they going to get their $500,000 because they hurt their feelings that the DOJ last Biden administration they got their phone numbers. What did he do? No, it doesn't look like they'll get that money. Is a continuing resolution going to pass? Which I think it's till January. Honestly, I have to look more at the logistics of what happens if the continuing resolution passes. So I'll look at that again tomorrow. And tomorrow is Thursday, and we have our guided meditation for a healed America. So join us for that, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We need to meditate together. So, gaslight, an end to the gaslighting, and a lot of sleepless nights. But this is interesting because something portends the end of the gaslight era. The end of the gaslight era. When? Will this madness end in, I mean, the really overbearing madness? Will this madness, I was going to give a time frame, but it's saying yes. I didn't even finish the question. Will this madness end in January of 2026? It's hard to end the madness when the mad people are in charge. Will the insanity end? I mean, the anti-democracy movement, will it, because that's insanity. Will it end in December? Will the insanity end in January? I mean, the major. It's kind of going for January. Huh, that's interesting. I didn't really detect from MAGA Mike that he was feeling like all warm and fuzzy around the new representative being sworn in. That seemed very canned to me. Let's read some cards about the Democrats in general. The Democrats and how they're doing. What deck is in this bag? We'll read the Deviant Moon card for the Democrats. This will be to pay tribute, because these are the Deviant cards. To pay tribute to all the 8 Dems that caved. They get the Deviant Moon cards. But how are the Dems doing? If they're doing a great job, call them and tell them that you appreciate it. It's important. Everyone wants to know they're appreciated for their hard work. I can attest to that. It's good to be appreciated. Feels good, right? The Democrats. Okay. Hard at work. Well, this is hard at work. The goal clearly, I get a sense of our founders and our ancestors helping the Democrats. Remember I said the evil side the demonic needs you to not believe in the higher power. And that includes the spiritual realm. And this is about all the worries, right? So in the face of all the gaslighting and all the worries, the Dems they're pretty focused. Enough of them are really focused. And I do think that we're going to find that they have some success. I'm picking up really strong energy from the people. So the people, along with the Democrats, I just keep getting that. Well, we're holding the line. We're going to hold the line. We're going to hold the line. Let's ask if we're going to get SNAP back. The last time I asked, it was just a portion of it. Will SNAP come back? Yeah. And yesterday I got that they had stolen it. They're looting. They're looting. They're taking all of our money. It's a kleptocracy. Oh pendulum, oh pendulum. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Oh pendulum, oh pendulum. Are we in a kleptocracy at the present time? Huh, that's interesting. I thought it would say yes. Okay. I'm going to pull some cards from the Heaven and Earth deck, and this is what I'm going to ask. I'm actually going to ask if we're going to have some saviors. Are we going to have some saviors? What that means is people that are in leadership positions that are able to lead us out of the darkness. Are we going to have warriors of the light saviors? For us, for all of us, for our democracy. I mean, everything they're doing says they want to do away with us. Are we going to have saviors? I have the Judgment card and the Death card. Well, Judgment is coming. It's coming. I mean, these cards couldn't be clearer. And actually, I love when the guides are clear. They must know that I'm praying. It's please give us some semblance of sense of we can hang on. Okay, so here's what I have. Death to the Emperor. The Emperor, death. And Judgment. I feel like this might be a mic drop moment. I would say yes. And that was a good question. Are we going to have saviors? And this could mean an actual passing, although the Death card doesn't, usually it doesn't mean actual death. It just means a big end. So it could be a little of both. But I would say yes. What's interesting about this, the Death card in this deck, in this Heaven and Earth Tarot, that one of my viewers said, thank you. I really love this deck. Is that in a way, death looks like a knight, like the Queen's knight, which is interesting because it's like I like to say, live your life in such a way that people aren't dancing on the streets when you pass away. Well, I mean, that's... It doesn't mean that we don't have to work hard, but we have some saviors. Now I'm really curious. Let's see. Jack Smith is popping into my mind. Not that he's a savior. I just mean people that step into a role and we have some grace. We need grace. Okay, the Epstein files. You knew we would get to it eventually, right? What's going to happen to Dumpy now that there's more information out that he wanted not to be out? He's just going to lie. But, he doesn't know how to do anything else. Like Alexei Navalny always said about Putin, he never stops lying. So in light of the Epstein information that came out today. 4 cards want to come up. What is going on with him? With his energy? I miss the days when I didn't need glasses. 5 of Pentacles, feeling a bit destitute. Calling Putin. That's interesting because you wouldn't think that he would call Putin because he's not. I don't really get that he's talking to him anymore. At least not very much. Oh, this might be Orban. Might be. Yeah, because that even looks like Viktor Orban. It's actually Aleister Crowley, but... Yeah, sorry, Aleister. No offense. He's feeling destitute, so he's calling Orban. In the face of the Knight of Wands, in the face of the news that's coming out about Epstein and his connection, they were in business together. I'm serious. The 5 of Pentacles, the King of Wands, and the World. He's feeling a little bit desperate, and so he's calling Viktor Orban. Well, what good is that going to do? Oh, here's my other pendulum. Is he freaking out and calling Viktor Orban? Yep. I'm sure he's made a call. Or 2. Or more. Here's an interesting question. Was Viktor Orban connected in any way to Jeffrey Epstein? No, that's interesting. No. Was Vladimir Putin connected to Jeffrey Epstein? Yes. News about that has come out. That's a very strong yes. Oh, that's interesting. There are a lot of rabbit holes we can go down, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to think of a question for us. I mean, there's about 25 news items I could cover in one session, but that would take 2 hours. I hope you're all doing all right. I have live streams on Thursdays and Sundays. Those are my spiritually based live streams. Guided Meditation for a Healed America. I'm going to pull 3 cards for us. Guided Meditation for a Healed America, 7 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. We do that every single week. It's just a half an hour of your time. And it's better to do it than to not do it. And then Sunday's Church of Spirituality at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And I want you all to know that I'm doing better, because I mentioned that I needed to not do the live streams because I can't afford to just rely on YouTube. But things are starting to sort of pan out. So because I went looking, I found some possibilities to use my talents and to make some more money. Sure is expensive to live. I mean, it is. It's just, we're all in this together and we're all going to help each other. 3 cards for us. What can we expect over the next 24 hours or less? A lot, I'm sure. The pace of the news is definitely accelerated. Next time I might read on that strange space object that's approaching Earth that there's all kinds of theories about. Is it the aliens coming? So this is what the guides want us to know. And this has come up a few times tonight. Let's keep our eye on the prize. We're going to win our democracy back. It's a slog, it's a lot of work, but we are. The 4 of Pentacles is here. It is again. This is a time of holding on. Hold on, hold on, hold on, it's coming. Hold on, it's coming. The break is coming. The breakthrough is coming. It's just not at the pace that we want. Clearly. I think I mentioned, I mentioned I was watching documentaries about nature and global climate change and what dire straits we're in. But there was one of the programs was about the redwoods. I've never been to the redwood forest, but what a phenomenal thing that is. And the pace of nature growing, if you think about a tree growing and how it's just like micro movements of growth, well, it's not going to be that slow in terms of saving our democracy, but I'm just making the point. If we recognize that our brains go way too fast, if we recognize that, we just acknowledge it. Okay, our brains go way too fast. So we just acknowledge it. Then that'll help us to just kind of go, okay, well, take some deep breaths and just know this is taking time. And it's incremental steps of success for the Democrats. For us, we're the Democrats. This that we're in, the reason he's gotten away with everything is because this evil runs really deep. There's a huge network. He's talking about investing $500 million in Gaza, for example. And he refuses really to help Ukraine. So that's where we are. And the World's card did come up too. So keep the faith because we have to. And remember, the evil needs us to lose faith in God or the higher power. And it's really tempting to not have faith in a higher power when everything's going wrong, right? You got to believe it and then you'll see it. That's where we are. And we'll just keep working and keep working and keep working. And keep the faith, and I'll see you soon. Thumbs up, please, and please hit the hype button if you see it. And I'll make 2 videos tomorrow, too. But join us for the nighttime meditation. All right, that's all I have for you now. Bye. Namaste.